And now I need to return entity to entity response. So I need new dependency. And I go to Maven repository and search mapstruct. I need mapstruct core and mapstruct tracer. Let's copy dependency to pm.aml and copy mapstruct processor to pom.aml. And save. And now I need to create new interface in DTO folder. Name employee mapper. And I add annotation mapper, add mapper for proof it is mapper, and I create mapper for easy call it direct from other class, and no need to declare new object when use the class. And then I create new method for mapping employee response and entity, bind data entity to respond, and add entity, employee entity. Make to employee service and return employee mapper bind data entity to respond and add employee entity. Now I need to implement on create employee entity, declare new employee entity as new object, and I need to set data from request to entity. First, I set data on name request dot get name, and set gender employee request dot get gender, and set email employee request dot get email, and then call employee repository dot save and use repository dot save, just put entity, and then return employee mapper dot bind entity to respond and input entity. Now let's go to create controller. I need to create new folder name controller and add new class name employee controller, and add annotation add direct controller, and add request mapping, and add prefix employees. First, I need to inject employee service to use in this class. And create a constructor. I create new public function for find employee by ID, I add employee response, add name, find employee by ID, and add path variable ID, long ID, and return employee service dot find employee by ID and input ID, and set to get mapping and add path variable long ID. And I create public function for create employee, and need request body employee request, and add post mapping, and return employee service dot create employee and add employee request. And run the check. And now let's test API with Postman. So I open Postman. And I choose post and enter request URL localhost colon 8000 and add body, choose raw and choose JSON. First field I need name, John Smith, add gender, male, add email, john.smith at mail.com and click send. Oops, error. Oh, I forgot the prefix of employee controller, employee, and click send again. Okay, it creates John Smith on table. Refresh. Okay. I create more. Roman John and choose gender male and Roman.John and click send again and add more employee, Mary Smith, change gender to female and change email Mary Smith at mail.com and click send and go to database, refresh table. Now add new tab, I choose get, enter URL localhost colon 8000 slash employee slash 1 and click send. Now we can find employee 1 and put 3. Now we can find employee number 3. Now let's start a new step create naming server, and I go to start.spring.io and I change artifact ID naming server and change description for service register and clear dependency and add Eureka server and click generate. After generate, I find zip folder and cut to project in the stock and pass, extract it, and open it on IntelliJ. Okay, a new window waiting for download dependency, and now it's already download dependency. We go to next. I need add more action for naming server. I need add annotation, add enable Eureka server, in naming server application. And go to naming server, IRC, man, resource, and application property. And I define application name for naming server, spring.application.name, spring naming server, and server port 8761, and config Eureka server. I set Eureka client register with Eureka to false, and I set Eureka client with registry to false, and define hostname for Eureka, localhost, and then I need to enable Eureka server in naming server application. Go to Java, domain name, naming server application, add annotation, enable Eureka server. Okay, now run project. Go to Chrome, browse to localhost 8761, and here is Eureka server. and it's no service register now. So I need to register employee service to Eureka server. And first I go to naming server form.ml and copy dependency and go to employee service, open form.xml and pass dependency and change server to client. And then save. It will download the new dependency in the project. Now I need to add annotation at enable Eureka client and then configure Eureka in application.property register with Eureka server or naming server. And then I need to register with Eureka server. I set Eureka client register with Eureka to true and set Eureka client with registry to true, and then add URL for naming server Eureka .client .service .url .default soon http://localhost 8761 /Eureka and run the check again. Waiting the check running. Okay, it will be run and go to Chrome and refresh. Now you can see employee service has been registered on Eureka server. Okay, now we already complete register employee to naming server and see you next video. Bye bye.